Name, image, and likeness is opening up a whole new world across college sports, and one former Central Illinois athlete is using her NIL abilities to raise money for a great cause. I'm here at State Farm Center, and while there's no basketball being played behind me, Illinois is hosting an esports invitational for hundreds of gamers across the country. These fans behind me are excited to have Illinois football back on campus. Building a connection between teammates can take time, and for some athletes it may even take years. But for these Tuscola sisters, they have had nearly a decade and a half to grow that connection. I'm here at CEFQ Arena in Normal, Illinois, where the St. Thomas More girls basketball team took on Christopher in a state semifinal matchup, looking to go on to the state championship and win a title. Colleges across the country, they offer club sports teams for those looking to play against other colleges on a competitive level but not meet the requirements of an NCAA team. I'm here at State Farm Center, where the Illinois men's basketball team will not be in action at home this weekend, but they'll be traveling to Iowa City to take on the Hawkeyes. The United Center, where Illinois is set to take on Penn State in the second round of the Big Ten tournament for the third time this season. While the weather in recent weeks has led to many postponements for spring sports, Mahomet Seymour baseball is beginning their season strong with their eyes on playing come June. Many athletes, their goal is to reach the highest level in their respected sport. And for one Champaign athlete, he achieved that goal last week. Coach continues to talk about you're up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., shooting baskets, just repetition. How do you feel you've rubbed off on, the younger guys as well as some of the older guys? After a few years, you decided to enter the transfer portal from Syracuse. What ultimately led to that decision? You just said at the NCAA tournament, what do you mean for the rise of this program to be able to lead the team to an NCAA tournament? It's been since 2003. What should fans be excited about this season with Illinois men's basketball? St. Teresa taking on Milford at St. Thomas More this evening. In the first inning, a pop fly to center field, making the throw home. Portwood jumping over the catcher. A close call, but the umpire calls him out at the plate. Then helping of Milford with the knock to the second baseman. He would be out, but it would score man to give Milford the early 1-0 lead. Mahomet Seymour playing host to St. Anthony this evening. Arizona commit Blake Wolters on the mound for Seymour. Wolters striking out Bayou Adams to start the game, and then to end the inning, Wolters would strike out Connor Ropke. The Sabres would fall behind by 16 in the second half, but after a few three-point shots from Emma Devicel, they would pull within 8. Then Rory Kordstrom with the steal into the lane, up and in for the basket. Charlie Little of Rochester, Illinois is an 11-year-old wrestler who has already accomplished many accolades in her career. In the 65-pound weight class, Charlie is a 3-time Midwest National Champion, 2-time Missouri National Champion, as well as placing second place at the Tulsa Nationals, which is considered one of the toughest competitions in the nation. Charlie knew when she stepped on the mat for the first time that this was meant for her.
And at the end of 2019, my brother went to his first wrestling practice, and the coach was there, Ken Davis, and he walked up to me and my mom and asked me if I wanted to maybe try it out. So I decided to try one of the practices, and now I fell in love with it. It's everything that I do, like if I win, I am depending on myself, and I don't have to depend on anyone else to win the match, and I know if I lost that I have work to do.
Charlie's coaches and parents could tell early on just how special she had the capability to be.
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really expecting her to wrestle, and so when she came, I didn't have a lot of expectations, and then I think she won her maybe third tournament, and showed us how competitive she was, and it kind of gave it some legs.
I mean, I've kind of been around Charlie since she's gotten into this, but a couple years ago, you kind of really see she kind of picked things up pretty quick, and catching on and starting to have the drive to do what needs to be done to be successful in this sport.
Charlie is a major competitor on the mats, but when she gets off of them, she brings that same competitive energy to her everyday lifestyle.
She's competitive with everything. You play a game of sorry, family night games, and she's mad if she doesn't win. She's a sweet girl. She helps out a lot around the house. Great grades, good friend, usually good sibling, but just all around, she's a really sweet kid.
Girls wrestling is continuing to grow in the state of Illinois and across the country, and the excitement for the change is growing as well.
I think it's a really good opportunity because soon they may, in some states they're starting to make it so only girls can wrestle girls. So I'm thankful for the opportunity that I'm having right now to be able to wrestle both.
Girls wrestling, I mean, they're more competitive. I think they're stronger, more aggressive than the boys, a lot more knowledgeable. So yeah, she's right there with everyone.
While she enjoys taking down competitors on a weekly basis, she has bigger goals in mind for the future.
My short-term goals are to go and win girls state freak style and folk style and to win Reno Worlds this year. And my long-term goals are to go to the Olympics and be on the world team.
The Orange Crush, Illinois' premier college hoops student section and largest student-run charitable organization, was originally making the trip to Iowa with 200 students along for the ride. However, on Wednesday, they were contacted by Iowa that their tickets would be revoked. The Orange Crush bought their tickets under the Boys and Girls Club, as many schools have a policy regarding student sections traveling to away games. I spoke with the Illini Pride and Orange Crush vice president about the situation.
We always use some type of different organization name because in the past Iowa was the Big Ten school that wouldn't sell the Orange Crush, which is understandable. Why would they want to? But we just said we were a Boys and Girls Club when asked what type of group we were, and hadn't had any follow-up then. Really, now we're just looking at it as hopefully we can spin a negative into a positive and get some more donations for our Orange Crush Foundation.
The Orange Crush originally had purchased charter buses to help transport the 200 students to Iowa City for the game, and due to the tickets being revoked, they have lost out on 50% of their $6,000 purchase. While they have lost out on half of their purchase and will not be able to cheer on the Illini in person come Saturday, a local bar in Champaign has invited the Orange Crush to watch the game in the comfort of their bar. Alumni of Illinois and the Orange Crush have also reached out to see what they can do to help the organization.
Just before this, I met with CAMS, and CAMS is going to let those 200 people get in first with no cover on Saturday for the game. And I think that just shows whether it's a establishment on campus, whether it's a student section, the family atmosphere that's here in Champaign. I think it's a big reason why our philanthropy is so successful. A lot of alumni have reached out just to ask how they can help, and really we're just redirecting them to donate to our foundation. We'd rather this money goes to the organizations around here than back to our budget, because losing the money was a risk that we incurred, because this could happen, because Iowa's allowed to revoke the tickets. Any athletic department is. So we'd rather people just donate to the foundation.
That'll do it in sports. From Champaign, Illinois, at State Farm Center, I'm Dante Furco. At Memorial Stadium, I'm Dante Furco. From United Center, I'm Dante Furco. Thank you, Terrence Shannon Jr. With Fox Illinois Sports, I'm Dante Furco.